Hey y'all, I have the new Harvest Moon collection from Ensley Rain. We are gonna create looks, we are gonna swatch everything, I'm gonna show you close-ups, we're gonna have fun. I am so excited. Look at this color story. We're gonna have a good time. Let's jump into it. This is the Harvest Moon palette from Ensley Rain. They did send me this full collection. I'm very excited. This actually is going to launch on September 29th. I will put the launch details, the time, everything I can down in the description box for y'all. I am very excited to have this collection. I was definitely planning on purchasing this, and now I'm going to be able to create looks with y'all before launch, let you know what I think of everything. I want to share my thoughts. I want to share my swatches. Just the cover art alone is so beautiful and fall and whimsical and fun. And I'm here for the artwork for sure. I think it's so cute. So I do have an affiliate code with Ensley Rain. If you ever want to shop their site and save some money, you can use code Heather. Again, all of that will be in the description box. But in this collection, we have a palette. We have loose duochromes and multi-chromes. We have a gloss, and we also have some single shadows. So I'm going to show you everything one by one. Let's start off with this beautiful gloss. I am wearing this gloss today. I'm wearing it underneath a lip liner, and it's a beautiful shiny texture. It's the Rain or Shine lip gloss in the shade Harvest Moon, and I'll also show you it in my other looks, and I'll show you an up close swatch. After that, we do have 3 single shadows. So these singles are super beautiful. I took swatches both on my camera and my iPhone of everything that I could, so I could show you the shifts and everything in different lighting, things like that. I really try to show you the shift, show you the sparkle, show you everything. I think these single shadows are absolutely gorgeous. I really enjoy the single shadows I have from Ensley Rain, so I'm excited to add these to my collection. And yeah, I hope you like all the swatches. Now, everything I will show you, they're not like loose glitters, so don't worry about that when you see the sparkle. They're not pressed glitters, they're not loose glitters, like they are pigments. So the next part of this collection, we have 5 multi-chrome loose shadows and 3 duochrome loose shadows. So we have these here. Let me pop up close-up and swatches for y'all. These are really fun. I think loose pigments can just add a little extra oomph to a look. They can be a fun way to be creative. You can use them in lots of different ways. Now on my swatches, I did put down a little bit of their Rain or Shine base, which is like a glitter glue, glitter primer, something like that. So I just swatched them on top of that, and I did the swatches with my fingers because I really wanted you to be able to see the shift and the shine in these. I do have loose pigments from Ensley Rain. They're multi-chromes and they're duochromes, and I know I always like the quality. I'm actually wearing one of the duochromes on my face as highlight today. I'm wearing Harvest Haze. So as you see a little glow on my face, it's that duochrome pigment. These are so beautiful. I did try to pop the names on the screen for y'all, so if you had a question about a certain pigment, you could kind of pause and you could see like what was what, but beautiful. We'll be using those in some of the looks and the loose shadows, but now let's talk about the palette. I have been hyped for this palette ever since we saw the sneak peek and then the color story reveal. As soon as it came in, I'm like, we got to play with that. We have got to play with that. So here is the inside of the palette. This is 21 shades. We do have 7 matte shades, all kind of mid-tone to deep tone, and then we do have 14 special shades. So this palette has multi-chromes, duochromes, shimmers, and grungy mattes. Really, really super beautiful. We definitely have some very sparkly shades. We have different textures in here. Again, I did try to like manipulate the lighting and how it was positioned and everything so you could really see the shift and the sparkle. I just cannot wait to get this collection on my eyes. I want to play with the palette. I want to play with the single shadows. I want to play with the multi-chromes, the loose pigments. So for the first look, I'm going to incorporate everything in this collection, and then we will do more looks just with the palette. That way, in case you're only interested in picking up the palette, hopefully I can be helpful. If you're interested in everything like I am, hopefully I can be helpful. If you're on a low buy or no buy, maybe you can shop your stash. Maybe you don't even care about makeup, and hopefully you have fun watching this video. I'm ready to put on some makeup though, so I'm gonna zoom y'all in nice and close. I'm gonna throw down an eyeshadow primer, and we are going to create. Okay, so I put down my Sigma Persuade eyeshadow primer, and we are gonna start off with these two neutral shades in the palette, two mattes. We're gonna use Hayride, and then we're gonna use Cozy. Both of these shades look super pretty, and if you couldn't tell when I was like showing the palette earlier, these pans are magnetic, so you can definitely pop these pans out if you like to do that. But I'm gonna take my brush from Game Beauty. Everything I talk about I will link in the description box for y'all. I try to put links to as much as possible, so definitely check the description box if you're curious. But I'm just going to kind of press the shade in, and then I'm going to build it just a little bit more right in my socket. Okay, now I'm going to take the shade Cozy, and I'm going to press it on the lid in the outer corner. I love a good deep outer corner. Like, I just love it. What can I say? This isn't a super dark shade though, so our look isn't going to be too deep. I'm just going to get that on, kind of buff it out, just kind of blending back and forth like this, pulling it underneath just a little bit, and we'll go back and blend some more in a bit. But I really just like to kind of get my color on so I can kind of visualize how my look is gonna go, and then I can go back and blend at the end too. Okay, I want to pull in one of the singles. I'm going to use Moody Moon. So this is from the Harvest Moon collection. It is a multi-chrome, and we're going to put this from the inner part of the lid all the way out to this matte out here. I want to give this shadow as much room as possible to shine. I know there are a lot of shades to play with, but I feel like with really special shades, the more area that they can cover, the more you're really going to see that shift, especially as you move about your day. You're kind of moving in different lighting, things like that, different angles. You're just really gonna see that shift the most. So I wanted to play with this single shadow. I'm going to pick up that shade on my brush, then I'm gonna spray my brush with a little bit of setting spray, makeup mist, whatever, and we will apply it to the eyes. Okay, so I've got this shadow on my Singe brush. Again, I'll put links to all the brushes, everything in the description box. But do you see how beautiful, like, the shimmer and all is in that shade? It's so gorgeous. So first, I kind of tap the shade on, and then once I have it all tapped on, then I'll go in and blend just to make sure I'm kind of getting in all of my wrinkles and crinkles and everything. And I'm just gonna go like this. So pretty. Like, that is such a beautiful shade. I think this whole collection, just looking at it, it flows together well. It really does. And I feel like it fits with the theming so well too. I'm not picking up any additional shadow right now. I'm just going back and blending. Like I said, I kind of go in and blend lots as I add different shades and things like that. Now we're going to pull in this deep green matte down here. This is called Hibernate. And I just want to take this and put this on my lower lash line. So I'm going to, whoops, I always drop stuff. I'm going to take this and just put it right under the lower lash line. I'm going to buff, kind of blend. I'm not going to blend it too low, but I'm also not keeping it like super close to the lash line either. So I'm not blending it down quite as low as my lower lashes are, but I do want it to like, I want you to be able to see it even after I have mascara on. I want you to be able to see the green. So we're gonna keep it right there. For the inner corner, we are gonna go in with one of the loose multi-chromes. This one is Moonlight Magic. I am looking forward to getting this on the inner corner. I'm gonna dip my brush in the pigment and then I'm gonna spray my brush with a little like setting spray. I am so looking forward to this. I really want to create, like I said, 2 looks with just the palette as well, not using the loose shadows, not using the single shadows, but I wanted to also do something with the full collection. So let me grab a brush and we're gonna put this on the inner corner. I think it's gonna be so fabulous. All right, let's, oh, do you see that fiery shade? Oh, that's so pretty. I wanted something to kind of contrast the green on the lid, the green on the lower lash line, and this is working for me. I am so feeling this. I know this is kind of a simple look, you know, we just used 3 mattes, a single, and a pigment, but looks don't have to have 10 shadows to be pretty. I love playing with lots of shades sometimes and like really just getting as many like shadows on my eyes as possible, but sometimes it's also fun to just like do a little less and let the shadows shine on their own, or like, you know, how we just have the one shade kind of all over. I'm feeling it. So let me actually, I told you I have the lip gloss on already. I'm wearing it over a lip liner. I just put one size lip Snatcher lip liner down, and it's in the side Rent Dew. But this is the shade of the gloss. Let me just show you like a quick swatch. Let me see. Right there, you can see it's definitely got some pigment to it, but it's not fully opaque. It's very glossy, very, very pretty. But I'm going to throw on some eyeliner and a lash, and I will come back to show you the look. Okay, y'all, I put on some Mink Lite lashes from Lilly Lashes. I put on my Diorshow On Stage Crayon in my lower waterline in dark green. For liquid liner, I'm using the one from Adept Cosmetics. And my blush today is the Sigma Cream Blush in Coral Dawn. Already told you what pigment I had on as highlighter, and I'm into the eye look, I'm into the lip gloss, I'm into this duochrome shade on the cheeks. I think the mattes in this palette performed really well. I think they look really beautiful. Of course, I only used 3 of them so far. We have more looks to do. I really like this single shadow. It's super beautiful. It's the quality I expect from Ensley Rain, and the same with that loose pigment, the one I have on my cheeks and the one I have on my inner corner. I am very pleased overall so far. Loving this look. I feel a very like glam fall vibes. I also feel like this would be a really pretty look to wear to like a Christmas party or a trip to the grocery store or a date night. Listen, I will glam no matter the occasion. I do what I want when I want to, and I'm feeling this look. I do want to create more looks though. I want to just create looks using the palette now, but we will of course wear the lip gloss again. I'll pair it with something else for our next looks so you can see, you can just see it a different way, you know, but here is our green glam with the Harvest Moon collection. Now let's jump into the next looks. Okay, my eyes are primed and ready for shadow. I was testing a new mascara and put it on, tried to take it off, couldn't get it all off. So the lashes are looking a little crazy. It's okay. We're gonna do the shadow and then we're gonna put on a lash. No worries. I am wearing the gloss again. I'm wearing it over top of an Earthly lip pencil in the shade Fiery. So that is the lip look with the gloss today. And what I want to do is go on with this matte right here called Spooky Season, and this burnt orange color right over here called Pumpkin Patch. So these are the two mattes that we're going to kind of build our look with. I'm going to first start though with Pumpkin Patch. Okay, so I've got that shade on my unearthly green brush, and this is just going to go right here in the front half of my socket, below the socket, above the socket, just really kind of blowing this shade out, bringing it way in here, bringing it up. Just press the pigment on first and then blending out like this. Okay, I'm gonna take Spooky Season and I'm gonna put it in kind of the second half of my socket, but I'm going to bring it down to the lash line as well, and then I will buff and blend out. So we kind of have these two tones going on in the crease, the socket, and then I'm going to take my time blending, and I'm going to also wrap this shade around underneath my lower lash line, back and forth like this, and just really kind of like buff and blend this out. I'm gonna pull it pretty far out here and just spend a little time kind of, buffing and blending. Okay, we're gonna dip into these beautiful special shades in this palette. I want to use the shade Ghost Moon right here. It's hard to see the shift. You saw the swatches. I did the shifty stuff for y'all. And then I'm also gonna go in with Tombstone. Ever since I saw this palette revealed, I've been just like so attracted to this shade. I am going to put down the Glitz Fix Prime and Shine from Ensley Rain. It's like a glitter glue, pigment primer, sticky base, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to put this down on the lid before I go in with those shadows just to get the max. You know, this is the level, but we're going to take it to the next level. Okay, so I've got that little Glitz Fix down, and now we're gonna go in with our beautiful shade. I'm just going to press this on the center. That's gorgeous. I'll go back and blend in a minute. Right now, I just want to get the shadow pressed on top of that primer. Okay, look at that. That's really pretty and vibrant. I really like these colors together. Oh, yay. That is making me so happy. I like these shades next to one another. Okay, let's put a special shade down on the lower lash line. So for that, I want to go in with this one right here, Equinox. It's like I look at a palette when it's sitting here on my desk and I'm like, oh, I want to use that shade. And then I pick it up and I look from the side and it's all different colors because of the multi-chrome shift. So I'm like, oh, hold on, let me turn it straight on again. I want to do the shade Equinox, this really pretty kind of like brown neutrally shade. We're just gonna put this right in here on the lower lash line. So I'm gonna pick this up on my brush. This is kind of like one of those smushy type eyeshadows. So I'm gonna pick it up on my angled brush and then I'm gonna spray my brush with a little setting spray. Okay, so I'm going to start this shade right here on the inner part of my lower lash line and bring it like halfway down. I think this is just gonna add like a fun little special touch to this look. So I'm just trying to keep it right in this area and then making sure I don't have like a harsh line between this and the matte shade on my lower lash line. I want to highlight the inner corner with this shade right here called Foliage. I think this is gonna be super pretty, super bright. It's gonna just give us a little pop. Let's put it right here. That's really, really beautiful. I like that very much. And I'll do some more blending, but this is gonna be our finished look. This will be look number 2. I'm trying to think for a minute. I'm like, okay, this is going to be look number 2. I do want to create something different on this other eye. I want to play with more shadows, but I'm loving the purpley orange, like kind of Hocus Pocus vibes, right? I feel like the Hocus Pocus movie inspiration when I look at this. So let's start over here with this eye. Okay, we have 2 mattes in this palette we have not used yet in our looks. So let's go in with Phantom and Chili. I actually want to start with our darker shade instead of the lighter shade this time. We're going to start with Phantom right here. Okay, I'm going to start off with Phantom, our dark shade, and I'm going to put this in my socket down here to the lash line. I'm going to bring it around, and then we will go in and we'll kind of buff and blend with the lighter shade. But right now, I'm just going to deepen this up. So far, every matte shade has been pigmented, but also really easy to work with. So that makes me very happy. Okay, so this was a Blinged brush. I'll link them in the description box. I'm going to use another Blinged brush with that shade Chili. Okay, so I'm just going to take this and kind of use this as a little bit of a blending shade to give us a nice transition all out and around. Also, if you see a little like dry skin, like here my skin's peeling a little bit, my eyelids, a little on my face, it's totally cool. Listen, I went to Disney, then I spent a week at the beach, and my skin just is like, okay ma'am, it's time for you to go back to your normal skincare routine. We are gonna shed. It's not a big deal, okay? But just if you see that and you're like, why is your skin so textured, Heather? Because I've been living my life. I've been living my life. So no big deal. No big deal. If your skin is acting up on you today and you're like, just know. Me too, you're not alone, and it's not a big deal. It's not gonna stop me from playing with my makeup. No, it's not, because it makes me happy. All right, I think I have rambled enough, and I think I have that blended how I want it. So let me look and pick out a special shade to go in with now. Okay, so what I want to do is play with Sparkling Cider. This is another one of the shades that I was like most attracted to when this palette was revealed, because it just looks so intensely beautiful. So I want to do that. And then I think what I'll do also is Wishful Thinking. So this one definitely like transforms. This one, these two just look so, here, these two look so transformative. Sparkling Cider, Wishful Thinking. I am going to put down some of that Prime and Shine Glitz Fix first. Okay, so I've got Sparkling Cider and I'm packing it on top of that Glitz Fix. It's such a cool shade. It looks purple and then it looks green. It's just so freaking fun. That's what it is. That's what it is. Okay, now we're gonna do Wishful Thinking. And that is really beautiful. Oh, I like this, y'all. Okay, once I have it pressed on top of that sticky base, then I will start to blend. So I'll kind of go back and forth with my brushes and do like this. If you're looking out here, I have a piece of skin that's peeling. I know I already told y'all like my skin is peeling, but just FYI, I'm trying to like pat right here, not blend, so that my lid like doesn't just like, you know, like shed its skin like a snake. Is this the favorite eye look? Maybe. I can't decide. I just love the sparkle and the way all these shades look. So into it. Let's do a shimmer on the lower lash line though. Okay, lower lash line, I'm gonna pack this shade right here. Is it Delicious? Deciduous. Oh. We're gonna put this, I'm like trying to move it around so you can see, but you saw in the swatches. I know I did good swatches. So I'm gonna put the primer down and we're gonna put that on the lower lash line. Okay, so let me look into my mirror and I'm going to pack that shade on first. Oh, having some fun with a little multi-chrome right on the lower lash line. So I'm just going to kind of press it on top of that primer first. I'm going to give it a second. And then I'm going to go in with like a little bit of a blending brush in a minute and soften it up. But I love that pop. That's fun. That is a fun lower lash line. You cannot tell me that is not fun. I'm gonna blend that more in a minute, but I want to choose an inner corner shade. This is not gonna be easy. I don't want to use this shade again because we already used it over here, although it would be perfect for like a bright inner corner pop. I don't want to dip back into the loose pigments, although I love those. I want to use a different shade from this palette. So maybe we could do something not like a bright inner corner, and maybe we could go into Bougie because it has a like it's like a holographic type shade. So let me find a brush. Let me blend this a little bit too. Okay, I'm going to take Bougie and pop it. Ooh, that's pretty right there, okay? Then I'm going to do liquid liner, a lash. I'm going to find something for the waterline, and I will come back, but we'll have look 2 and we'll have look 3. Okay, for these looks, I put on some black liquid liner. I threw on Melt Rich Brown in the waterline. And I'm wearing my cat eye flares from Lilly lashes in the Frisky style. Oh, blush and highlight. Blush and highlight. Unearthly Tangy and Unearthly Low Light in Mirage. So that is these looks. I cannot pick a favorite. Kind of love both, honestly. Okay, so I already know the Ensley Rain formula. I feel pretty comfortable saying that this collection is the quality that I expect. The single shadows, beautiful. The loose pigments, loose shadows, beautiful. This gloss, so nice. But, of course, I love an eyeshadow palette. I love an eyeshadow palette, so this is the star of the show for me. I am looking forward to playing with this again. I think I'm gonna be able to create some really beautiful fall looks, and I think I'm also gonna have fun mixing this palette with other palettes in my collection, because we do have some really beautiful shimmer, multi-chrome, duochrome, sparkle, holochrome, blah 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 blah. We have lots of cool special shadows in this palette. So I think it's gonna be beautiful, of course, to create looks with, but also to pair with other palettes in my collection, which is really cool if you like to custom make your palettes, because these pans are magnetic, which you know, I don't usually mix and match my stuff. I usually keep it how it comes, but I do appreciate that because I know so many people love to like rearrange things. I'm looking forward to playing with more of the loose pigments and shadows, and I really loved every single look I created. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you had a good time. Again, I will put my affiliate code, I will put the launch date, everything I can, I will put in the description box. So definitely check there. Let me know, are you into this collection? Are you excited for the fall themed things? I feel like I'm giving hocus pocus with both of these looks, honestly. Like, the purpley greens, the berries and oranges, like, where are the trick-or-treaters? I am ready to pass out some candy. I hope you're having a great day. Please do subscribe. I have so many videos coming this week, and I will see you very soon in another one. Bye!